We're going to talk politics with John Fugelsang from the Sexy Liberal Comedy Tour. This is how the Sexy Liberal Comedy Tour's website describes itself. It brings together three of today's brightest liberal comedians for an evening of humor from the left in one sexy package. Take a look.
Now, the second kind you have is the deathers, the death panel people, the people really angry about Obamacare. They can't stand the Obamacare. These are the guys who are walking around at town hall meetings holding Obama pictures with a Hitler mustache drawn on his face. And I'm like, man, somewhere in hell, Hitler is furious at these guys for putting his mustache on a black dude. But he'll tell them when he sees them.
And there is the man himself, John Fugelsang. He joins us now, and he is here because the Sexy Liberal Comedy Tour is coming this Saturday, right?
It is.
I want to get that right off the top.
Yeah, let's get that out of the way. Yes, to the Pantages Theater here in L.A.
Pantages, that's a lot of seats to fill.
It is. Well, we're almost
sold out. Are there that many liberals?
There's quite. Well, we also welcome progressives and Democrats and Republicans. I got to tell you, at every show I do with this tour, I always ask all the conservatives in the crowd to raise their hands, and I make those filthy liberals applaud for them and give them love.
All right, so who's giving you the best material this week? Has it been Obama or Romney?
I mean, it's Governor Romney. I mean, God bless the president, but he's just not buffoonish enough. Joe Biden has kept comedians on life support for this administration.
And then, you know, there was a push to kick Biden off the ticket.
I know there was, yeah.
And you couldn't let that happen.
You know what? I mean, Mrs. Clinton, she's good for a laugh as well. The president, I try to make, he's kind of funny in many ways, but Governor Romney is just, you know, Republicans and comedians alike were like so hoping it wouldn't be Romney. And I'm like, hey, you're stuck with him, make the most of it. And he's pretty funny. But this tour has been fun. The last time we played LA, we had Lily Tomlin and Rob Reiner join us on stage. And then we recorded our album in LA. It became the first political comedy record to ever hit #1 on Amazon, iTunes, and Billboard. So it's
and that's the Sexy Liberal.
The Sexy Liberal Comedy Tour, Volume 1.
Volume 1.
Yes.
All right.
That's with Stephanie Miller and Hal Sparks.
Well, so how did you, you're a stand-up comedian. How did you go from stand-up to politics?
Well, my dad was a history teacher, and my parents...
Was your dad not a brother in the Catholic Church?
Yes, he was. Yes, my father was a Franciscan brother. My mother was a nun with the Daughters of Wisdom. She spent many years in Africa as a nurse working with lepers. And so my parents were both very socially conscious. They were very... socially conservative, but politically progressive, which is, and I'm half Southern, half Brooklyn, so I feel alienated by all demographics of society. But, you know, when my mom gave me permission to begin talking about their backgrounds was when it really opened up a floodgate for me. And when I first moved out to LA, I was on Bill Maher all the time, and I really just found it was a lot more interesting. When I first came here, it was to host America's Funniest Home Videos, but I was having more fun talking politics than doing my job.
Okay, so in the politics realm, do you fall under the Matt Damon category? Remember when he came out and he said, hey, I'm just not satisfied with this president. This is the last time I'm going to be fooled again by a politician.
Well, I mean, he didn't say that.
Most liberals really are not happy with
and that's the thing. Liberals,
Obama.
The liberal critiques of this president are so much more focused than the conservative ones, which tend to be he's a socialist. You talk to a real socialist, they don't like him too much. No. I mean, he's been, you know, it's like, hello, room service. We ordered an FDR. You guys sent up a Clinton.
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
the rap on the guy. He caved on Gitmo. He caved on the tax cuts for the rich. He's caved so many times there are minors trapped inside of him. Having said that, you know, I like a lot of the things the Affordable Care Act does. It is a Republican plan designed by Republicans, implemented by a Republican governor, you know who, and upheld by a Republican Supreme Court justice. But I at least admire the fact that there's a lot more people who won't die now due to no care. So, you know, it's the Democratic Party. They're going to be lame no matter what. But this guy's got so much that he's done that I do admire that he's got my vote for the second term. But
well, of course
I'm living in hope that we can someday have a
liberal comedy tour.
Well, but again, but Obama's is the moderate.
I've got to put something up over your face because I want everybody to know when and where you're going to be. Do I have to put that up? Do we have that?
Let's see.
No, I guess not.
It's
at the Pantages, everybody. It's at 8 o'clock.
With very special celebrity guests I'm not allowed to reveal.
There it is.
Here we go.
With special celebrity guests?
Very huge celebrity guests. Yes.
All right. And conservatives will feel comfortable.
If you're a conservative who comes to this show, I promise you will hear Democrats mocked, and we love the cool conservatives.
We'll be back.
Thanks, Jeff.